Welcome everyone to the Owensboro Board of Commissioners regular meeting, July 18, 2023. At this time, I'll ask Acting City Clerk Adrian Carrico to please call the roll.
Commissioner Pam Smith-Wright.
Here.
Commissioner Sharon Neesmith. Mayor Tom Watson.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Mark Caslin.
Here.
Commissioner Bob Glenn.
Here.
Thank you. This time, if you would stand if you're able, Commissioner Sharon Neesmith will do the invocation and the pledge.
I just want you all to know that I'm very comfortable speaking to 500 people and not being nervous, but for some reason when I say, "Dear Lord," I get real nervous. But anyway, so this will be short and sweet, but please bow your heads. Dear Lord, thank you for all that you have done for us each and every day of our lives. Thank you for allowing all of the people that we each help each other and make sure that we create an accepting community for us all to live in and a safe one. Thank you for every moment that you give us and that you have given us today. In Christ's name, amen. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next item on the agenda is the presentation. We have a quitter amongst us. Anyway. Can you hear me now? Good, good. We have a certificate of outstanding service for Lieutenant David Spaulding. David Spaulding began his career with the City of Owensboro on June 9, 2003. As a firefighter, his previous experience in construction and his desire to help others immediately made him a true asset to his team on the OFD second crew. David was promoted to a lieutenant position in December of 2013. His professional demeanor and his confidence in emergency situations made him a key player in our fire department. Most of Lieutenant Spaulding's career has been spent at Fire Station number 3 on Cravens Avenue, and we will expect he will be missed in that neighborhood and throughout the department as he begins his well-earned and well-deserved retirement. David, do you want to come forward, please? Want to say anything?
No, I don't like speaking in public either.
Oh, come on, David. This is a certificate of outstanding service, hereby recognizes Lieutenant David Spaulding and extends its grateful appreciation for your outstanding service, faithfully rendered while employed by the City of Owensboro 2003 to 2023. All those who reside in the City of Owensboro, Kentucky, are asked to join in his recognition of appreciation on this 18th day of July 2023. Signed and sealed by all these elected officials. Congratulations. On down, please.
Mayor, I think there's a reason. His sister is Tina, so he probably didn't get a whole lot of time to speak at home.
Okay, on with the business. Item 5A, consider approval of minutes dated June 20, 2023. I'll make a motion to approve these minutes. Could I have a second, please?
Second.
Any discussion, deletions, or additions? Hearing none, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Thank you. 5B is consider these board appointments. I'll read off through them all, and then I'll make a motion if somebody remind me. Shively York Neighborhood Alliance, reappoint Debbie and Amanda Barker to a 2-year term effective July 18, 2023. Paulo Area Neighborhood Alliance, reappoint Debbie Hensey and Loretta Shell to a 2-year term effective July the 21st, 2023. The Civil Service Commission appoints Shelley Nichols to a 3-year term effective July the 19th, 2023. Thank you, Shelley. Took me forever to find anybody. Historic Preservation Board, reappoint Louise Young to a 3-year term effective August 2nd, 2023. Davis County Board of Health, reappoint Nate Pagan to a 2-year term effective August 3rd, 2023. Alliance for Drug-Free Owensboro and Davis County, appoint Sharon Neesmith to fill the remainder of unexpired term, which ends October the 4th, 2023, replacing our friend Larry Maglinger. Owensboro Human Relations Commission, appoint John Sinclair to a 3-year term effective July the 18th. I'll make a motion to approve these appointments. Could I have a second, please?
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Thank you. Item 6, ordinance, second reading, we have none. Item 7, ordinance, first reading, there'll be no vote. Ms. Carrico.
Ordinance 18-2023, an ordinance amending Chapter 2, Article 1, Section 2-4 of the Owensboro Municipal Code to update the open records policy, introduced and publicly read on first reading on this 18th day of July, 2023.
City Manager, please.
Thank you, Mayor. As a public agency, the city is bound by the Open Records Act found in Chapter 61 of Kentucky state law. The state recently made a few tweaks to the Open Records Act, and although we have been adhering and following those changes, we have not yet incorporated them into our ordinance. Therefore, this is first reading of an ordinance amending the city's Open Records Ordinance. The true primary changes made by the state and in our ordinance are differentiating between state and out-of-state or in-state and out-of-state requests for information, and also allowing public agencies 5 days to respond to public records requests, whereas it had previously been a 3-day period for response. So both of these items are reflected in our amended ordinance. In addition, it's now easier to receive and respond to record requests electronically, which of course is easier and more efficient. So to summarize, these changes are really just to clean up and have our ordinance follow or parrot what is incorporated in state law now.
Thank you. Any other discussion from the dais? Okay. Item 8A, please.
Municipal Order 29-2023, a municipal order updating the formal list of the roads within and maintained by the City of Owensboro, introduced and publicly read for approval on one reading this 18th day of July, 2023.
Thank you. I'll make a motion to approve. Could I have a second, please? Second. City Manager, would you like to explain this?
I would love to, Mayor. Thank you. The State Transportation Cabinet requires that the city keep a list or index of city-maintained streets, which we update periodically. We last updated our street index in 2020. So this municipal order approves an updated city street index, which again are the streets that we maintain. This update adds 2.07 miles of new city-maintained streets above that which was approved in the 2020 list, which brings the total number of city street miles to 265.957. So basically 266 miles of streets for the city. The mileage increase over the 2020 list can be attributed to new development, primarily Bluegrass Commons and Gateway Commons.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Okay, thank you very much. Item 9 is city manager items.
That's an action item.
Huh?
That's an action item, Mayor.
What'd you say?
We need
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Can we do 9A?
Perfect, Mayor. Personnel appointments, got quite a few tonight. I'll make a comment on various appointments tonight as well. So Jeffrey Bell, probationary, full-time, non-civil service appointment to Information Technology Director with the IT Department effective July 31st. Tyler Ballard, probationary, full-time, non-civil service appointment to Officer with the Police Department effective August 14th. Justin Millay, Devin Powers, and Paul Warren, probationary, full-time, non-civil service appointments to Officer with the Police Department effective August 14th, contingent upon successful completion of all post-offer pre-employment requirements. Nate Cunningham, Zachary Edwards, Kendall Johnson, Alec Murphy, Brian Kendall, Josh Nees, and Chase Knight, probationary, full-time, non-civil service appointments to firefighter with the Fire Department effective August 14th, contingent upon all successful completion of all post-offer pre-employment requirements. Did I leave one out?
No, did you say Alec Murphy?
I believe I said Alec Kelly, but I could have misread. I did leave my glasses in my office, so it's possible that I misread the
I mean,
list.
that's what I heard, but I
So
don't.
I apologize if I misread that.
That's
Suppose
all.
we're all new hire probationary status. We have one promotional status appointment for promotional probationary. Brandon Pendergraph, probationary, full-time, non-civil service, promotional appointment to lieutenant with the Fire Department effective July 30th. And then 4 regular status appointments. Houston Babs, regular, full-time, non-civil service appointment to officer with the Police Department effective July 4th. Jacob P. Trogdon, I think, is Little Jake. There are 2 Jake Trogdons at the Public Works. I think that's Little Jake, regular, full-time, non-civil service appointment to utility crew leader with the Street Department effective July 17th. John Rudy, regular, full-time, non-civil service appointment to crew leader with the Grounds Department effective July 24th. And Jeffrey Johnson, regular, full-time, non-civil service appointment to laborer maintenance helper with the Grounds Department effective July 25th. Make a few comments. Mr. Bell there, the very first appointment is being appointed to the IT Director. That is a new position for the city. We talked about that several months ago. We previously had an IT manager, and we restructured our department and transitioned that from a manager to a director level position. And with that, recruited for the position, we've selected Mr. Bell. He will work closely with Leland as his direct supervisor, so we're excited to have him on board and lead our IT efforts. Obviously, wanted to comment on the number of firefighters as well. I think there were 7 firefighters on the list, and so that's a good class for us. So we're eager to get those firefighters on board. And we're doing something a little bit differently with the fire in particular, in that we technically only have 5 vacancies right now. So we're actually over hiring a little bit, but we do anticipate 2 or 3 more retirements in the short order, very, very short term. So although we're technically going to be above our allotted number for a short period of time, we expect to have some retirements before these firefighters complete their training and go on shift. So we're doing that to help lessen that burden, because we know we'll have more openings soon. And the way the fire process works, we typically only hire those twice a year because it's a lengthy hiring and training process. And happy to have 4 police officers as well. So I've asked Josh Bachmeyer to make a few comments just about that and public safety hiring in particular, if you're okay with that, Mayor.
Yes, sir. Mr. Bachmeyer, state your name and address for the record.
Josh Bachmeyer, 101 East 4th Street, HR manager for the city. Yeah, thank you, Nate. Thank you, Mayor and Commissioners. So actually police, I guess I'll kind of start with police. We just actually finished up our 4th recruitment for police, and we're taking applications for the 5th. We have 9 current vacancies for police. So what you have before you tonight is 4 candidates recommended for approval. We have 1 candidate actually approved besides the commission that we plan to move forward, and we're actually just working on securing an academy spot for that candidate. So they'll hopefully be within the next couple commission agendas. Dispatch, we also just finished up our 4th recruitment for dispatch. We have 7 full-time vacancies. We currently have 3 job offers out to candidates. Hopefully convert those to employees within the next month or so. And we'll begin taking our applications for the 5th recruitment within the week. And then fire, as Nate kind of spoke to already, we have 5 vacancies, and that actually doesn't include David and a couple other retirements. So that's kind of the reason we're overstaffing. We have a couple retirements that are effective July 31st and a couple at the end of August. So we fully expect to have those vacancies for these 7 candidates before you tonight. And as a matter of fact, we'll have another one on the August 1st agenda, and plus a lateral candidate that we're moving through the process. We'll have a vacancy for that position as well. These candidates will be hired August 14th, so they'll be here in 1 week in advance of the academy date, starting on August 21st. And then in anticipation of the February academy, we'll start taking applications for that process probably late this summer, August, September timeframe, and we fully expect more retirement notices. I think 11 is kind of what we accounted for this entire calendar year. So, yeah, just to update you, I appreciate your time.
Okay, any questions for Mr. Bachmeyer? Okay, thank you, sir. I make a motion to approve these appointments. Could I have a second, please?
Second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Thank you. 9B, city manager comments.
No other comments tonight, Mayor. Thank you.
Item 10, comments from the elected officials. Ms. Neesmith.
I have been still learning, but, and so far, Nate, who seems to be getting a lot of my questions, hasn't kicked me out yet, because every time I have a question, I usually end up getting 2 more. But it's very exciting, and it's also very daunting. And, you know, when you see the day-to-day work that goes on by each and every individual in their dedication, it's amazing. So I'm excited to be a part of that organization for at least for the next. Mayor called me the 7-month commissioner today. So, but I just want to say thank you, and that I have talked to several different people about different items in the city that they were personally concerned about, and have met with them. So it's a great opportunity to hear other people's sides, and then to go and find out what you can do to help. So it's been a good week.
Thank you. Commissioner Smith, right?
What she said.
Okay.
I don't have anything.
Commissioner Glenn.
I attended the Dugan Best Neighborhood event, and I want to commend the Neighborhood Alliance Board and the folks at Dugan Best, because it rained really hard right before it started, and they were able to move indoors seamlessly and continue the event. They gave a lot of things out to kids and families, and it was just a really nice event. Bobby McCormick and his board do a great job with that. So that was a nice event. And then the other compliment I want to extend to our hardworking city employees is our fireworks show. I viewed the fireworks presentation that was at the warehouse and thought it was excellent, very well done. And in addition, I think it helped that we had that discussion about our neighborhood, and too many fireworks prior to and after, and it seemed like our neighborhood was a lot calmer this year. So that was a positive as well. So great work by all our city employees with both those events. Thanks again for all the great work you do.
I think you ran all those people over to my neighborhood. It was brutal.
I didn't do it deliberately,
Commissioner-
sorry.
Mayor Pro Tem Caslen.
Thank you, Mayor. Yes, last night I attended a community collaborative meeting and to address gun violence and see if we could come up with any ideas to help on that. And just wanted to give a shout out to Brianna Greer, who runs Breaking the Cycle, and she brought a bunch of her students there to answer questions about their concerns in the neighborhood and gun violence. It was a very interesting meeting. Of course, we're not going to stop the gun violence until we get the guns away from the kids, but at the same time, it's good to see the neighborhood is involved and trying to come up with some kind of answers. And also went to a convention bureau meeting today, the Visitors and Convention Bureau meeting, and the numbers are just off the charts on all of the different entertainment and groups that they're bringing into town to help fill our hotel rooms and keep jobs for the people in the community. and just want to tip my hat to them for the great job that they're doing out there also. Thank you.
Thank you. Item number 11 is open public forum. Members of the audience are invited to address the City Commission on any matter of public concern that was not on tonight's agenda. Comments are limited to issues within the scope and responsibility of this commission. Commission meetings are held to conduct city business for the benefit of Owensboro citizens and taxpayers. At this time, anyone who wishes to address the City Commission, please make their way to the podium to be recognized. Speakers must state their name and address for the record and limit their remarks to 3 minutes or less. Jimmy made a funny, didn't he?
I know some of those words of wisdom that Rick has given to you are just oozing out.
Okay, it looks like we're shut out on the open public forum, so this time I'll make a motion to adjourn. Could I have a second, please?
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
We can go home. Thanks, staff.